How minimalism aligns with Buddhist teachings, finding inner peace through simple living. Hello and welcome to the Minimalist Monk. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic: how minimalism aligns with Buddhist teachings. In a world that encourages more consumption, more distractions, and more stress, both minimalism and Buddhism offer us an alternative, a path toward inner peace through simplicity and mindfulness. If you've been curious about how minimalism isn't just about decluttering your home, but also about finding spiritual and emotional freedom, stick around. In this video, we'll explore the deep connections between minimalism and the ancient wisdom of Buddhist teachings, and how you can apply these principles to create a more fulfilling, balanced life. Section 1. The core philosophy of minimalism. Let's start with minimalism. What exactly is minimalism? For many, it's often thought of as living with fewer things. But minimalism is so much more than just a decluttering trend. It's a mindset. It's about intentionally focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. The goal is to strip away the unnecessary, be it physical possessions, mental clutter, or emotional baggage, to create more space for meaning, purpose, and peace. Minimalism invites us to ask important questions. What brings us true happiness? Do we really need more things to be fulfilled? The answer, for most minimalists, is no. Instead, happiness comes from experiences, relationships, and an inner sense of contentment. Now, doesn't that sound a lot like some of the teachings from Buddhism? Let's take a look. Section 2. The Buddhist concept of non-attachment. In Buddhism, there's a concept called non-attachment, or Vo Thuong, in Vietnamese. This principle teaches us not to cling to things, people, or even ideas. Why? Because everything in life is impermanent. When we cling to material possessions or outcomes, we inevitably suffer when they fade or change. The Buddha taught that attachment is one of the root causes of suffering, dukkha, and the path to freedom lies in letting go. Minimalism and Buddhism are aligned here. Both encourage us to release our attachment to things. By doing so, we free ourselves from the constant pursuit of material wealth or external validation. Finding peace in simplicity is not about rejecting everything, but about letting go of the obsession with having more. Think about how much stress, anxiety, and unhappiness come from the need to own the latest gadget, car, or designer clothes. Both minimalism and Buddhism remind us that these things don't bring lasting happiness. The peace we're looking for isn't out there. It's within us. Section 3. The middle way and balanced living. Another key teaching in Buddhism is the middle way. The middle way is about living a balanced life, avoiding the extremes of both self-indulgence and self-denial. It's about recognizing that true happiness doesn't come from excess or deprivation, but from finding a balance that nurtures both the body and the mind. Minimalism aligns perfectly with this. It's not about rejecting everything or living in stark austerity. It's about finding the right balance between material needs and spiritual well-being. A minimalist approach might look different for each person, but the guiding principle remains: keep only what is essential to your well-being, both physically and emotionally. For example, if you have a house full of things you don't use, that clutter not only takes up space physically but also mentally, creates stress, anxiety, and even guilt. The minimalist mindset and the middle way in Buddhism both suggest that by eliminating the excess, we make room for what truly matters. Section 4. Mindfulness and minimalism. Minimalism isn't just about decluttering your physical space. It's about decluttering your mind. This is where mindfulness, a central practice in Buddhism, comes into play. Mindfulness teaches us to be fully present in the moment, to appreciate what we have here and now, rather than constantly striving for more. When we practice mindfulness, we begin to realize that contentment doesn't come from external sources. It comes from within. We start to see that the more we seek, whether it's more things, more money, or more validation, only distracts us from the present. In minimalism, the same principle applies. By stripping away distractions, we become more mindful of the things, people, and experiences that truly enrich our lives. Whether it's savoring a meal, spending time with loved ones, or simply enjoying a quiet moment, minimalism and mindfulness help us live more fully in the present. One practical way to combine these ideas is through mindful consumption. Before buying something new, ask yourself, does this truly add value to my life? Or am I seeking it out of habit, boredom, or a temporary emotional need? Mindful consumption is at the heart of both minimalism and Buddhist teachings. Section 5. Letting go of ego and finding freedom. Another key alignment between minimalism and Buddhism is the practice of letting go, not just of material things but also of our ego. In Buddhism, the concept of anatta, no self, teaches us that clinging to our identity, achievements, and possessions as part of who we are leads to suffering. Minimalism, in a way, encourages the same. When we stop defining ourselves by what we own or how much we achieve, we begin to find real freedom. By letting go of the ego, we stop comparing ourselves to others and chasing societal standards of success. Instead, we live authentically and with purpose. Minimalism gives us the space to focus on what truly matters: our relationships, our growth, and our peace of mind. Conclusion. So, how does minimalism align with Buddhist teachings? Both offer us a way to live more intentionally, mindfully, and peacefully by letting go of what doesn't serve us, whether it's material things, mental clutter, or emotional attachments. The true essence of both practices is to focus on what brings lasting happiness and to create space in our lives for inner peace. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the pace of modern life, perhaps the path of minimalism and the wisdom of Buddhist teachings can help you slow down, declutter your mind and heart, and find the simplicity and freedom that we all seek. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Minimalist Monk for more insights on mindful, simple living inspired by Buddhist wisdom. See you in the next video.